Have you ever heard of a place where wealthy men can have multiple wives and still stay within the bounds of the law? Or a land where women are not only breathtakingly beautiful, like goddesses, but also bold and empowered like icons of a new era? Welcome to Uzbekistan, a country tucked away in the heart of Central Asia, brimming with jaw-dropping paradoxes and mind-bending mysteries. From a massive gold mine visible from space to metro stations that look like royal palaces, this place will make you say, "I never expected this." Join Eagle Discovery as we dive into 18 of the most astonishing things about Uzbekistan, a journey that peeks behind the curtain of one of the world's most intriguing nations. Wealthy Uzbek men keep multiple wives without breaking the law. Officially, Uzbekistan enforces monogamous marriage by law. But in the private lives of the ultra-rich, hidden behind golden mansions, luxury cars, and opulent parties, another reality unfolds. One that's rarely spoken of openly. A modern form of unofficial polygamy. Powerful men here often maintain long-term relationships with multiple women, who are referred to as second or third wives. Even though legally no such marriages exist, these women, sometimes living in separate homes with private drivers and generous financial support, have no legal recognition or marital rights. They exist in the shadows of society. In some cases, secret contracts outline the rules, confidentiality clauses, financial terms, even limits on the duration of the relationship. Children born from these unions often take their mother's surname and are educated abroad to avoid public attention. What's even more surprising is that among the elite, this isn't something to hide. It's seen by many as a symbol of power and privilege. It reflects an unwritten social status reserved for those at the very top of the hierarchy. It's a glimpse into a hidden world where official rules are just a front, and what really drives things is a mix of money, power, and silent agreements. Women so beautiful they leave both Asia and Europe speechless. Uzbek women possess a striking and rare beauty that blends the softness of the East with the sharp elegance of European features. Their deep, soulful eyes, defined noses, and naturally glowing skin make them stand out effortlessly. This beauty is no accident. It's the result of thousands of years of cultural fusion. From Persian heritage and Arab influences to Turkish touches and Russian modernity, all have shaped the timeless charm of Uzbek women. Many travelers describe them as steppe goddesses, not just for their looks, but also for the aura of confidence and mystery in their eyes and smiles. Several international models of Uzbek descent have walked major European fashion runways, proving that this allure resonates far beyond national borders. But beauty is just the beginning. Today's Uzbek women are also educated, ambitious, and increasingly present in key fields like art, fashion, business, and even politics. They're redefining what it means to be a modern woman in Central Asia. Have you ever met an Uzbek woman in real life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your impressions. Muruntau, a giant gold mine that looks like a crater from outer space. Tucked deep in the sprawling Kyzylkum desert lies Muruntau, a colossal gold mine so vast that it can actually be seen from space. From above, it resembles a giant man-made crater, as if the Earth itself was carved open, stretching nearly 4 kilometers long and plunging more than 500 meters deep. Muruntau is one of the largest open-pit gold mines on Earth. But it's not just the size that's staggering. It's the sheer amount of wealth beneath the surface. Thousands of tons of pure gold are extracted here every year, making Uzbekistan a major player in the global gold industry. Unlike many mines where gold is scattered, Muruntau's riches are concentrated, making it a living treasure chest buried in the desert. Massive machines operate around the clock, peeling back layers of ancient rock, uncovering gold like pages of a golden history book. More than just a mining site, Muruntau stands as a monument to human ingenuity. Where most see only endless sand and searing heat, this mine shines as proof that unimaginable wealth can lie hidden in the harshest corners of the earth. A true industrial marvel in the middle of the desert. Tashkent Metro, a fairy tale beneath the streets. If you think subways are dull, noisy, and purely functional, the metro system in Tashkent, Uzbekistan's capital, is about to blow your mind. Here, every station isn't just a stop on your journey, it's an underground masterpiece. Step into the Tashkent Metro, and it feels like you've entered an enchanted palace. Soaring domes, glimmering chandeliers, intricate mosaics, and elegant traditional motifs line the walls. Each station is a visual celebration of Central Asian culture, subtly fused with classical Soviet-era design. What sets it apart? Each station has its own distinct theme, from national history and astronomy to Islamic art, turning a simple metro ride into a walk through a cultural gallery. Built during the Soviet period, the metro isn't just a mode of transportation, it's a living work of art. Many travelers come here not to ride the trains, but to marvel at the stations and snap photos of the surreal beauty. It's one of the few places on Earth where people forget they're waiting for a train, because they're too captivated by the underground museum around them. And once you step out of this dreamlike metro, you'll meet a new face of Uzbekistan, young, bold, and full of life. Young Uzbeks, a bold generation defining a new identity. Think Uzbekistan is traditional and conservative? Then you haven't met its youth, a generation that's reinventing the image of their homeland with fresh ideas and fearless expression. Today's young Uzbeks are the pulse of modernity. From edgy street fashion to creatively reinvented traditional outfits, they're blending heritage with global trends. Walk the streets of Tashkent and you'll spot stylish young people that rival fashion scenes in Tokyo or Paris. They're confident, vocal, and digitally connected. Whether it's indie music, eco-conscious fashion, or tech startups, young Uzbeks are jumping into the global conversation, but always with a cultural twist that reflects their roots. This generation is shattering old stereotypes and helping reshape Uzbekistan into a nation that's progressive, dynamic, and ready for the future. The legendary Uzbek melon, fit for kings. In Uzbekistan, melons aren't just fruit. They're a piece of cultural heritage, once so prized they were shipped across empires as royal gifts. Uzbek melons are unlike anything you've tasted, naturally sweet, aromatic, and bursting with juice, without the help of any preservatives. Historically, these melons were reserved for royalty. Records show they were sent all the way to ancient Chinese courts as rare treasures from Central Asia. Even today, melons from places like Samarkand and Bukhara are a seasonal delight that travelers crave. During harvest time, markets overflow with these sun-soaked fruits, each one holding the essence of desert winds and ancient soil. Whether you're biting into one in a bustling bazaar or at a quiet dinner table, the taste carries more than just sweetness. It carries the story of a land that has been farming with soul for millennia. Ever tasted a fruit so good it left you speechless? Share your story in the comments. Camel riding in Kyzylkum, a dream from the Arabian Nights. As the sun sets over the Kyzylkum desert, everything is bathed in warm hues of gold and crimson. This is when camel riding becomes more than just a tourist activity, it becomes pure magic. Perched atop a gentle camel, you sway through endless red dunes, feeling the wind carry the raw scent of Central Asia. Each step is slow and rhythmic, like a lullaby from another world. And for a moment, you're living a scene straight out of 1001 Nights. Kyzylkum is quiet, peaceful, a place where time slows and every breath brings you closer to nature's raw beauty. You can sit and watch the sun melt into the horizon, listen to the breeze in the sparse bushes, and reconnect with yourself in a way few places allow. This isn't just a ride through sand. It's a soul-searching journey. All you need is a bottle of water, a calm camel, and an open heart ready to embrace the timeless wonder of Kyzylkum. And just as the desert leaves its mark, so do the men of this land. Uzbek men, gentlemen of the desert. They may not be loud or flashy, But Uzbek men stand out with their quiet confidence, respectful nature, and effortlessly refined charm, a unique kind of gentleman you don't see every day. Whether it's a warm smile, a courteous gesture, or the way they treat women with deep respect, there's something deeply admirable about their demeanor. From helping elders on the street to politely greeting strangers with a nod and a genuine smile, these small actions say a lot. This gallantry isn't for show. It's woven into their upbringing. In Uzbek tradition, men are raised not just to lead, but to protect, care for, and value the people around them. Whether in traditional robes or sharp modern suits, Uzbek men carry themselves with a blend of masculinity, elegance, and inner calm. Perhaps it's this mix of cultural depth and contemporary style that makes them so intriguing to visitors from around the world. Meeting an Uzbek man often reveals more than appearance. It shows a lifestyle built on kindness, integrity, and quiet strength. Uzbek hospitality, a door that's always open. In Uzbekistan, hospitality isn't a courtesy, it's a core part of life. Here, guests are considered blessings, and even a stranger passing by might be warmly invited inside like family. If you visit an Uzbek home, expect to be treated like royalty. Freshly baked bread, sweet melons, green tea, and the famous plov will appear almost instantly. You'll be welcomed with open arms, friendly conversation, and a warmth that feels like home, even if you're thousands of miles from yours. What's beautiful is that none of this is showy or forced. It's natural, sincere, a tradition passed from one generation to the next. In Uzbekistan, to share is to live fully, and making a stranger feel loved is simply a way of life. It's this spirit that makes Uzbekistan one of the most heartwarming destinations in Central Asia, where you're not just welcomed, but cherished like one of their own. Samarkand, the living legend of the Silk Road. Samarkand, a timeless jewel nestled in Central Asia, was once the beating heart of the legendary Silk Road. Centuries ago, this city attracted merchants, scholars, and explorers from all across Asia and Europe, creating a melting pot of trade, knowledge, and cultural exchange. Strategically located, Samarkand thrived not only through its wealth in silk, spices, and precious stones, but also as a center for science, religion, and the arts. Today, its golden legacy still echoes through majestic landmarks like the Grand Registan Square, turquoise-tiled domes, finely carved minarets, and vibrant mosaics that feel like paintings come to life. Walking through Samarkand is like stepping into a time machine. You can almost hear the clatter of hooves on cobbled paths and feel the lingering presence of ancient civilizations. Samarkand isn't just a destination, it's a journey through time, where you don't just see history, but you feel the soul of an era that once dazzled the world. And while Samarkand feeds the soul with beauty, Uzbekistan's cuisine is ready to win over your taste buds. Uzbek cuisine, a flavorful feast in the heart of Central Asia. Uzbek food is a delicious harmony of Eastern spices, fresh ingredients, and time-honored cooking techniques. Once you try it, the rich, comforting flavors will stay with you forever. At the heart of the cuisine is plov, a fragrant rice dish cooked with lamb, carrots, onions, and spices in a massive cast-iron pot. Then there's lagman, handmade pulled noodles, served in a savory broth with vegetables, and shashlik, juicy skewered meats grilled to perfection and served with fresh bread and pickled onions. But dining in Uzbekistan isn't just about eating. It's a cultural experience, a moment to gather, share stories, and bond. Whether you're grabbing a bite from a humble roadside stand or enjoying a home-cooked meal with locals, you'll feel the warmth and generosity that define Uzbek hospitality. Have you ever tasted something so good you could never forget it? Share your favorite food memory in the comments below. And while the food warms your heart, you'll soon discover Uzbekistan offers something even rarer, a deep sense of safety. Uzbekistan, a surprisingly safe haven in Central Asia. In a region once clouded by stereotypes of instability, Uzbekistan shines as a safe, peaceful, and welcoming country. often surprising first-time visitors with just how secure it feels. With low crime rates and a traveler-friendly atmosphere, it's fast becoming a favorite for solo adventurers, especially women. From the ancient streets of Bukhara and Samarkand to the modern buzz of Tashkent, you can explore day and night with ease. Well-organized tourism services, visible security presence, and the ever-kind locals all contribute to a stress-free experience. There's no urban rush or chaos. Instead, you'll find a calm rhythm of life, charming scenery, and a strong sense of cultural identity. Uzbekistan is the kind of place where you don't just explore. You breathe, relax, and find peace of mind. It's more than a destination. It's a place to recharge both body and spirit. Lazgi, the hypnotic dance of the Uzbek soul. Lazgi is not just a dance. It's a story told through motion, expression, and rhythm. For the Uzbek people, Lazgi is a spiritual and emotional art form that captivates everyone who watches it. With graceful yet powerful gestures, dancers mimic the flow of rivers, the rustle of wind, and the pulse of life itself. Paired with traditional, upbeat music, Lazgi transforms into a celebration of joy, nature, and identity. Its cultural and artistic depth has earned Lazgi a place on UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity, a proud recognition of Uzbekistan's vibrant spirit. But Lazgi isn't only for festivals or performances. It lives in daily life, shared across generations as a beautiful expression of culture, history, and human emotion. Al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra and Uzbekistan's pride. Many people don't realize that one of the founding figures of modern mathematics, especially algebra, actually came from what is now Uzbekistan. His name was Al-Khwarizmi, and his legacy changed the world. Born in the region of Khwarezm, modern-day Uzbekistan, Al-Khwarizmi was the first to formally develop algebra as a distinct field of study. In fact, the word algorithm comes directly from his name, a term that now forms the foundation of everything from computers to artificial intelligence. His contributions didn't just transform math, they shaped the entire framework of Western science and thought for centuries. In Uzbekistan, Al-Khwarizmi is revered as a national icon of wisdom, learning, and enlightenment. In Tashkent, you'll find his name and image honored in museums, universities, and public spaces, a proud reminder of Uzbekistan's intellectual legacy. No ocean, no problem. A landlocked wonderland for travelers. While Uzbekistan may not have a coastline, it certainly doesn't lack for wonder. What it does offer is a rich mix of ancient cities, surreal landscapes, and cultural treasures that make the sea seem like a distant afterthought. From the ornate Islamic architecture of Bukhara and Samarkand to the snowy peaks of the Tian Shan Mountains and the blazing red dunes of the Kyzylkum Desert, Uzbekistan captures hearts with its diversity. There may be no beaches, but there are 100 other things to fall in love with. Friendly locals, flavorful cuisine, soul-stirring traditions, and a sense of safety and serenity that's hard to come by elsewhere. And maybe that's the secret. It's not the usual. It's unforgettable because it's different. Uzbekistan, the cradle of medieval knowledge. Between the 9th and 15th centuries, while much of Europe was still in the grips of the Dark Ages, Central Asia, and especially Uzbekistan, was ablaze with knowledge. Cities like Khiva, Samarkand, and Bukhara were global centers of learning. Scholars, astronomers, mathematicians, and philosophers gathered here to teach, write, and explore the frontiers of science and thought. The region was home to ancient libraries, observatories, and academies where some of history's greatest minds worked. Uzbekistan was truly a beacon of wisdom, planting the seeds of knowledge that would later nourish both the Islamic world and Western civilization. Even today, Uzbeks proudly tell stories of this golden era when their ancestors didn't just preserve knowledge, they created it and led the world through the light of intellect. Navruz brings joyful awakening in Uzbek culture. Every spring, when the cold of winter gives way to new life, the people of Uzbekistan celebrate Navruz, a traditional New Year's festival that traces its roots back to ancient Persia. Today, it's one of the most beloved holidays across Central Asia. Navruz is more than a new year. It's a celebration of hope, rebirth, and community. Families prepare by cleaning their homes, wearing new clothes, and cooking special dishes, especially sumalak, a sweet wheat-based dish symbolizing abundance and renewal. Public squares come alive with color and sound. People dancing, musicians playing, children laughing, and stalls filled with handmade crafts and delicious food. The air buzzes with happiness, tradition, and the promise of a fresh start. Navruz is not just a date on the calendar. It's the heartbeat of spring in Uzbekistan. It's a time when people reconnect with tradition and look to the future with renewed energy and optimism. A desert with a lost sea, the ghost ships of Aral. It looks like something from a science fiction movie, a ship graveyard in the middle of a blazing desert. Rusted fishing boats lie marooned on dry sand where water once flowed. This is Moynak, a haunting reminder of what was once the thriving Aral Sea. Once among the largest inland seas in the world, the Aral Sea has almost entirely vanished over the last few decades, drained by massive Soviet irrigation projects. What's left is a surreal, desolate landscape, and the skeletal remains of ships that now sit on cracked desert ground. Today, Moynak stands as both an open-air museum and a global warning, a powerful symbol of ecological collapse, but it also draws adventurers, photographers, and storytellers eager to witness this eerie ocean of the past. It's a place where time stopped, and where nature and humanity's mistakes are laid bare in the sand. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey through 18 of the most fascinating and surprising facts about Uzbekistan, a land full of mystery, magic, and timeless beauty along the ancient Silk Road. Which of these places or moments captured your imagination the most? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this trip and want to keep discovering the world's most intriguing destinations, make sure to subscribe to Eagle Discovery and turn on notifications so you won't miss a single adventure.